When a narcissist is jealous of what you have, they'll do this. Narcissists will say and do things to make you feel as if you are a part of their own self-centered worldview. This will give you the impression that you are important to the narcissist. However, because they have low self-esteem, they will try everything in their power to make you feel as though you are less of a person than you actually are. When they complain about other people, they are usually just telling on themselves. Everything that a narcissist acts, says, or thinks is a reflection of the state of mind that they are in at any given moment. And the only way for them to feel better is if the people they are with are feeling at least as awful as they are. This is the only way that they can feel better. They want to feel superior to others, so it is in their best interest to make you feel inferior to them. Don't forget, misery likes company. Nonetheless, misery wants to feel like a winner. Envy arises when you witness someone else enjoying an advantage, and you are unable to partake in it yourself. Anyone, not just a narcissist, can be envious and resentful toward another person. However, narcissists are famously uncontrollable when it comes to jealousy. It's a proven fact that feeling jealous might put one's safety at risk. Someone who is envious of your possessions may betray or damage you because they can't stand seeing you possess anything that they don't. Envy can lead to hateful sentiments and actions such as slander, lying, gossiping, cheating, stealing, or even murder. Knowing how to spot the telltale signs of someone's jealousy and avoiding them is critical when dealing with a narcissist, for example. First thing first, everyone who has seen my video and given it a thumbs up is greatly appreciated. Sincerely, thank you. I'd also recommend subscribing to this channel and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss any of the new videos that are posted. Let's keep going. When you're dealing with narcissists, jealousy can be downright terrifying. So we'll talk about it today and find out what we can do to defend ourselves. You can tell if someone is jealous of your accomplishments by looking for a variety of telltale indications. Look for them if this is the case. Even if you don't fall prey to one of these manipulative individuals, failing to recognize the warning signs and behaviors of a covert narcissist can lead to a slew of undesirable outcomes. One thing to keep in mind is that envy is not simply a feeling that narcissists experience, but also a state that they are always in. It is impossible for them to modify their ways or their feelings toward you because they lack empathy. They are willing to do whatever it takes to acquire what they want. Nothing will be able to halt them now. As a result, they push themselves to achieve more than their peers. Narcissists are miserable due to jealousy, and they see everyone around them as a threat because of it. Thus, they will do all they can to get you down so that they can climb the ladder of success faster. They don't give a damn if it's a parent, child, friend, lover, or anyone else. Everybody is at risk from someone who only cares about their own image, wealth, and power at the expense of the people around them. Narcissists seek out connections with people they pretend to love in order to retain their identity. When it comes to romance, friendship, or even a business alliance, anything is possible. At the beginning of a romantic relationship, the narcissist is said to love bomb the people whom they adore the most. It is no secret that narcissists are attracted to those who exhibit the characteristics they seek in a partner. Not to be cherished, though, only to be exploited. Narcissists are drawn to those who share their beliefs and personality traits. This is why one of the first things someone who is jealous of you does is appear to have an uncommon or high level of interest in you. Narcissists use this tactic to keep their enemies close by making it appear as if they are interested in them. While being close to you, they'll do everything they can to look into your past, your weaknesses, and everything they can use against you. Their goal is to spend as much time with you as possible. Therefore, they'll do everything they can to get close to you. You'll be the center of their attention. The problem is that because it's too unreal, you'll feel uneasy or uncomfortable while they're around. Always be on the lookout for trouble if you have this sensation. It is imperative that you must rely on your intuition. As soon as they're with you, they'll start praising or complimenting you on some aspect of your personality that they find endearing. So, when you notice something is amiss, you should avoid them immediately. Another option is to publicly state that they envy your situation, either in jest or out of true desire. You can also expect a deluge of praise and admiration in the wake of your success. The goal of a narcissist is to make people feel good about themselves in order to let their guard down. Stay cautious with this. People who lavish you with unwarranted or dishonest praise should be avoided, since they may be hiding something. Another important indicator to keep a watch out for is their microexpressions, which can be short-lived but can be quite revealing. If someone else has achieved success, narcissists are jealous of them, and that makes them angry. When they hear good news about someone else, they may scowl or grimace for a few seconds before trying to put on a phony smile. Look for a sour look when they think no one is looking at them. Jealousy is a powerful emotion that can lead anyone to engage in malicious talk. The narcissist will discredit you no matter how close you are to them. Because they are sad and wish to spread their misery to others, these people continuously speak poorly about you. Prepare yourself, expecting the narcissist to begin staring at you and spreading tales about you to avoid this. If they are jealous of you, they are more likely to try to get involved with you and whatever activities you engage in. They're scouring the group for any information they can get about you. There is a lot of interest in finding out what you're good at, your weakness, and everything they can use against you. They want all you have, whether it's to make a buck off of you or to eliminate you for good. Narcissists prioritize their own interests over those of others while making decisions. As a result, they'll do whatever it takes to ruin your life as fast as possible. Always remember that the narcissist is only interested in you because you provide them with what they want in life. A narcissist may like your self-assurance, independence, and attitude more than your physical attractiveness. More than that, they always try to rob you of your possessions. The narcissist will do all in their power to remove these important aspects of your identity from you in order to diminish your sense of self-worth. In the eyes of the narcissist, there is no regret for abandoning you. After they've taken everything you have, they won't even look at you again. When it comes to people and relationships, they just care about one thing: obtaining all the resources they can from others. They can do things you've never even contemplated, and they won't feel any guilt or shame about it. These warning signals must be recognized, and countermeasures must be taken to prevent falling victim to a narcissist. In the meanwhile, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them in the comment section below. Please subscribe to this channel and enable the bell icon so you don't miss any new videos that are added. Sincerely, thank you for your attention. Having you here is wonderful. When a narcissist sees you as strong and can't be controlled, this is how they'll try to manipulate you. If you want to avoid the pain, drama, and trauma that narcissistic people bring into the relationships, you need to know how to protect yourself from them. You need to know about the harmful ways that narcissists often use to get what they want, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. So let's start. Thank you for watching this video. If this is your first time here, please use the comments section below to say hello and tell us about yourself. And if you're a subscriber to this channel, I'm glad to see you again. Thank you for coming and for listening. In either case, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell to get a message when I post a new video. Narcissists do have emotions like anger, bitterness, jealousy, and envy. They are very sensitive to slights, to the point where they were often hurt even when nothing was said to hurt them. They only care about how they feel, so they can't care how anyone else feels. They are too focused on themselves to care about anyone else. They don't care about other people, and since they don't care, they don't know how to love. What you call hurt feelings is actually an injury to their own ego, narcissistic injury. When they feel hurt or insulted, they must do something to overcome it. They need a narcissistic supply to get better. They use the feelings of other people to heal from their own hurts. This process of getting better can take all day for the narcissist. For example, if he were offended by something or someone said to him at work, he would let it eat him at work. When he got home, though, he would use his wife as an emotional punching bag to get over it. We all have bad days now and then, but the narcissist's behavior is out of control. Narcissists do have feelings, but they're stuck emotionally around the age of 6 or 7. So, let's talk about several ways that narcissists try to get what they want, especially when they see you as a hard opponent. Firstly, they'll use justification and rationalization to control the situation. Every time something goes wrong, whether it was something they said or didn't do, A narcissist will come up with an explanation for why they did or didn't do whatever it was that caused the situation. Justifying and excusing their own bad behavior is second nature to them. Through the use of a deceitful and manipulative spin, they invent misleading explanations or fictitious perspectives to justify their conduct, so that they can continue to do whatever they feel entitled to do. This manipulative approach is designed to get you off their case. They try to convey that you're misinterpreting what they were saying, that you're inexperienced or lack understanding. Secondly, they try to weaken your mind by gaslighting you. Gaslighting is a form of psychological abuse and manipulation in which the person doing it lies, rejects, and invalidates what you think you know about the world. To back up their own skewed story, narcissists will change and twist facts, downplay relationship crimes, and leave out big parts of the truth. Convince them that they're not guilty while making them doubt your honesty. The point of giving you false information is to make you doubt your memory and what you know to be true. Any harm they cause is made to look like they didn't mean it or didn't even know what they were doing. Narcissism is all about changing the past to make things better for yourself. Remind people that they are wonderful people. The problem is with you, of course. When a narcissist wants to trick you, he or she might even make a shocked or outraged face. This strategy is meant to make you doubt your own sense of right and wrong and your sanity, as well as to hurt your reputation and make you feel bad about yourself. You may feel helpless when the narcissist's gaslighting tricks fool other people. This is why it's so important to take the time and make an effort to get better. No one can get away with lying to you as long as you do your job and take care of yourself. Thirdly, toxic shame, belittling, and smear campaigns. Toxic shame is a coping mechanism used by narcissists to boost their own low self-esteem. Perceiving themselves as upright, admirable, or superior is how they achieve this goal. Other people are viewed as wicked, wrong, inferior, and hence despicable when they don't follow their wishes. The narcissist utilizes shame to keep you feeling small, awful, incorrect, and, once again, inferior. For the narcissist, this means that you'll focus less on their inadequacies and more on what he or she perceives to be wrong with you. Interestingly, a narcissist's easiest prey is someone who has a genuine desire and ability to look in the mirror, introspect themselves, and change their trajectory. It's also true that we all need to work on and mend our weaknesses. Therefore, I believe the majority of people are motivated by good intentions. Healing and ascension toward a better and more self-aware stage are particularly appealing to empaths. As highly empathic beings, it's in our instinct to do so. However, there are just some persons who are bright enough to be destructive, such as narcissists. They'll try to make you feel guilty about your behaviors, preferences, and genuine goals and needs if they see that they're losing control because you're establishing your independence or trying to create healthy limits and boundaries. This or that wouldn't have happened if you hadn't done this or that. If you weren't so terrible, I wouldn't be forced to do such things that I do. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. A narcissist can feed on you easily if you've been poisoned by their shame. There is a flip side to this, however. Their shame bombing won't have much of an effect on you when you've done the healing and recovery work. It's as if you're invincible to their toxic shame. For the simple reason that you know who you are, and no one or nothing can change that. 4. Threats. Now what I'm talking about isn't so much to the point of physical violence. It is possible, but not a given, that narcissistic abuse can include this type of behavior. Threats, on the other hand, tend to be more psychological than physical in character. For example, the possibility of social rejection can arouse whatever residual anxiety we have about being abandoned. A sense of belonging lies at the core of our human nature, whether it be to a family or lover or a group of like-minded individuals. In reality, threats have no effect on changing people's beliefs, as narcissists fail to grasp. However, in the short term, they can have a significant impact on how others behave when they are in the presence of a narcissist. The goal is to take control of your behavior, your choices, your ideas, and your voice in a way that is both effective and efficient. The narcissist can use this approach to get you to surrender to him or her on a long-term basis if done with hostility or violence. Because, of course, this serves as a source of satisfaction for the narcissist. The narcissist, as we all know, craves the validation that comes with being viewed as better than others. 5. They make your life worse. To make sure their target fails, narcissists purposely put their victims in a state of anxiety that is nearly impossible to get out of. The inevitable result gives the narcissist a reason to make fun of, shame, and criticize the target. The narcissist may do this openly or secretly to make it harder to reach a goal that would otherwise be possible. They want to make it impossible for you to do something that you can do now. When someone has narcissistic tendencies, they try to make their victims feel bad and keep them busy so they can't do the things they set out to do, just to wear you out and break you in the end. The narcissist is likely to sabotage your best efforts in every area of your life. They are also likely to be a bully and act like they are the victim of their own actions. Nothing makes them happier than seeing their target's stress level go up and down because of what they've done. So that you look stupid to other people, they will set up situations to make this happen. Then, with a smug smile on their face, they'll point the finger at you and tell you all the things that are wrong with you. Because they are so jealous and insecure, they will even go out of their way to hurt your relationships with other people. That's all there is to say about today's video. As always, I hope this information was of some service to you. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, and have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for watching this video. These things will happen when you reject a covert narcissist sexually. There are many qualities that are common between covert narcissists and classic narcissists, such as an exaggerated sense of self-importance and a lack of empathy. However, covert narcissists don't express these characteristics in overt ways. They're mostly passive. Covert narcissism is often referred to as vulnerable narcissism or hypersensitive narcissism, since their grandiosity is often disguised as insecurity. The reason for this is that their arrogance is disguised as a sense of vulnerability. Covert narcissists tend to overestimate their own significance, believing that their pain is more important than the suffering of others. There is a chance that they believe they're a person who suffers the most, a genius who is misunderstood, or a person who is ugly compared to others. However, this isn't true at all, because when compared to the rest of the world, their pain is considered to be on the lower end of the scale. However, they expect people to understand the extent of their injuries and the pain they're experiencing. Their default mode is fight or flight, but they almost never opt for flight mode, which means that being rejected is an offense and an attack in their eyes. And because they're so manipulative, they assume that everyone else is as cunning and manipulative as they are. When you stop and think about it, if someone habitually lies and gets away with it, they're going to assume that everyone else is lying as well and that they cannot trust them. It's their self-fulfilling delusion that they employ to justify their compulsive lying. So, what's going to happen if you reject a covert narcissist sexually? In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 3 things that might possibly happen. But before I get into that, I just wanted to start off by expressing my appreciation to everyone who took the time to watch this video. I'd like to send you an invitation to contribute to the growth of this channel by forwarding this video to any of your friends or family members. Please subscribe to this channel if this is your first time here, so that you don't miss out on any future updates that you might find interesting. Let's begin. 1. Defense. Covert narcissists often go into defensive mode as soon as they're rejected for something, whether it's a job or a romantic relationship or some other type of relationship. They have a tendency to behave as though they suddenly consider the person who rejected them as beneath them, inferior, and something that they weren't genuinely interested in to begin with. If the narcissist doesn't immediately see their rejecter as all terrible or below them, they will certainly feel extreme shame, embarrassment, and self-loathing, which is why they do this to comfort themselves. They're able to avoid experiencing the negative emotions they would otherwise feel. However, their pile-up insecurities are still there somewhere inside them, making them even more miserable because they keep denying their reality. 2. They experience narcissistic injury. According to persons who suffer from an excessive narcissistic personality disorder, the other typical reaction is to feel shame, self-loathing, and humiliation from what appears to be an extremely severe narcissistic injury. People with NPD often respond in this way. The rejection has left them feeling like a worthless pieces of trash, no matter how great they felt about themselves before the rejection. They have a hard time keeping any kind of thing in place. Assuming that the rejection comes from a person or organization that they felt important to them, the pain would be even more unbearable. They may even resort to self-harm or threaten the person who rejects them that they'll do extreme and dangerous things like suicide if they keep getting rejected. 3. They suddenly idealize the rejecter. Covert narcissists are more likely to have this type of response when it comes to romantic rejection. Let's say a covert narcissist shows some serious affection to a beautiful woman who refuses to go out with him. Although he didn't know her very well, her status in his view soared, and the fact that she rejected him only served to enhance his romantic ideals. He continued to shower her with gifts and treated her as if she were a perfect person he had to win over. As it turns out, this wasn't about the woman at all. Rather, it was about his perception that she was higher on the narcissistic social ladder because she rejected him. If he could win her, he thought, he'd feel better about himself since his standing would grow as a result, even temporarily. The gist of it is that, in the event of rejection, people with a narcissistic personality disorder may react in many ways depending on the circumstances at hand. People tend to condemn the person who rejected them, criticize themselves emotionally, or idealize the person who rejected them as a result of these responses. I sincerely hope that this brief explanation was enlightening to you. Please share your opinions in the comment section below, and if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of the new videos that are uploaded to this channel in the future, consider subscribing and make sure that the bell icon is turned on. Thank you. Exposing the one thing that the narcissist fears most: you. Narcissists try to put on a show that makes them appear invulnerable, as if they can accomplish anything and know anything. However, despite how they appear, there are a number of things that they are really afraid of, especially one that makes their days feel anxious. Narcissists are well known for their vanity and self-centeredness. Every aspect of our lives revolves around them, or so they think. It's common for narcissists to portray themselves as intelligent and logical, yet they're actually in continual conflict with their own self. They're constantly up against the battle of what's real and what's not. They injure and exploit others with the justification that they may be in danger of being harmed and exploited themselves. Narcissists believe that everyone they interact with is out to get them, so they have to strike first. What makes them believe this, though? This is what I want to make clear today. But first, I'd like to say hello and thank you for taking the time to view this video. Today, I'd want to discuss how the narcissist sees you as a mirror image of themselves. What causes them to think this way? How does it impact those around them? And how does it tie to the narcissist's desire to be in charge? So, if you'll stick with me to the end, I'd appreciate it. As a first step, the narcissist is prone to blaming others for their inferiorities, evil intentions, negative feelings, etc. In other words, they don't take responsibility for their actions and instead blame others for them. The narcissist, on the other hand, is convinced that everyone in their immediate vicinity is out to get them. The plot, cheating, and lying are all things they do when associating with other people. Narcissist believes that they must continually be on alert against a threat that doesn't exist in reality, but is very real to them. And it's all due to the paranoia that characterizes their very nature. Fear that others dislike you or intend to harm or criticize you is a common symptom of paranoia. Obviously, this can happen to anyone, but we will only focus on narcissists at the moment. When you get near enough to a narcissist, you can see how little value they place on other people and how little faith they have in people. They may be nasty or snarky in their public remarks, making it look like a joke, but what they're truly getting at is how they really feel. Surprisingly, though, most people believe that they're really joking. Many narcissists use dark humor as a method to be nasty or tear someone down. Everything is a game to them, and they believe everyone else does the same. They believe that everyone else is just like them, phony, premeditated, on the lookout for opportunities to exploit others, opportunistic, cunning, and a liar, which most times only in their head. So, to a narcissist, it comes down to being the best at all times. All that matters is winning. They need to be on their toes at all times. The goal is to gain the trust of everyone, even if they have no faith in anyone. In this game, the best player wins. simply because they believe that everyone else is out to get them and is just like them. This is just another reason why the narcissist approaches you as though you're their enemy, and they see everyone as a competitor. Paranoia makes them distrust and despises you, which exacerbates the situation. You'll only be despised and hated by them more as time goes on. For them, it's impossible to understand that anyone else can be truly happy and pleased due to the fact that they're empty inside. They can't live without the validation of others. They have a hard time accepting the fact that you are unique. They have a hard time believing that you're better than they are. So, one of the reasons they hurt you is because they want to bring out your worst qualities. They would go to great lengths to enrage you. To instill guilt and shame in you, they would accuse you and point the finger at you. You become disoriented and depressed as a result of their interference with your ideas and feelings. In the end, the narcissist simply wants to prove that they're not superior to you. It's possible for you to feel the same bad emotions that they do. Many victims of narcissistic abuse have the same paranoia as the narcissist as a result of the abuse. Narcissists are adept at passing on their negative traits and feelings to others, especially to those around them. A narcissist can make you feel as if you're being sucked into their world, and it's impossible to go out without being transformed into anything that the narcissist wants. Narcissistic flee is what some people term the negative behaviors you picked up from your narcissistic partner. But if we put in the effort and love ourselves, we can overcome these obstacles because we aren't what the narcissist perceives us to be. It is the narcissist's projection that the narcissist wants us to believe. In contrast, paranoia and other negative sentiments have become an integral part of the narcissist's personality and are a part of their identity. The narcissist's paranoia keeps him or her constantly on edge. Narcissists are afraid to be criticized or ashamed because they don't want to be seen. It alters their outlook on life and the people around them. In every aspect of their existence, they're plagued by paranoia, which causes them to vibrate at a low frequency. To describe narcissism in a more succinct way, I like to use the analogy of a ball of bad energy. The narcissist is driven by a deep-seated sense of dread, but when they're able to control others and the environment, that dread fades or diminishes. You're less likely to be seen as a danger by a narcissist as long as the narcissist has control over your life. This game in their minds is all about dominance and control. It's clear that the narcissist is the one who sets off the psychosis, the anxieties, and the nasty desires. It is because of their fear that they're unable to recognize the truth. It also misleads them into believing the adversary is on the outside when in reality it is hiding inside. I hope this brief explanation is useful for you. Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. Many thanks for your time and attention. What happens when a narcissist loses control over you? Here's entitled Narcissists Play Their Games. In today's video, I talk about the personality pattern of the entitled narcissist. Thank you for watching this video. If this is your first time here, please use the comments section below to say hello and tell us about yourself. And if you're a subscriber to this channel, I'm glad to see you again. Thank you for coming and for listening. In either case, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell to get a message when I post a new video. A narcissist's primary goal is to feel good about themselves no matter what. No one else has anything to do with it at all. A narcissist barely knows you're there. They don't care at all about other people unless it affects them. That means giving a damn about whether you succeed or not. If your failure makes him feel good, he will want you to fail, but that has nothing to do with you. It only has to do with how he feels about himself. You are not part of the end goal of any narcissist. If they find something else that makes them happy, they will forget about your successes and failures. They don't care what good or bad things happen to you. They don't have you in mind. You have nothing to do with any of it. When it comes to relationships, it's always going to be difficult to have one with a narcissist. In most cases, narcissists prioritize their desires over those of others. And if you're an empath, you can find this extra upsetting and disheartening because all you want in life is healthy connections with the people you care about. Because you're an empath, it's always in your instinct to emphasize the narcissist's positive characteristics while downplaying their harmful ones. However, when it comes to narcissists, this is an issue since they have an exaggerated sense of their importance. In addition, they think they're entitled to everything because of it. In other words, it should come as no surprise that someone who is especially sensitive to the hurt, humiliation, and frustration that comes with being in a relationship with a narcissist will find this type of relationship extremely draining. In addition, narcissists have an entitled, narcissistic personality pattern like harming and manipulating others since it gives them a sense of satisfaction. They enjoy making you feel horrible, but also playing pranks on you and fooling you by saying nice things to you. Their next move will be to accuse you of doing the same things they have been doing to justify their behavior in your relationship. And they do this to demonstrate to themselves that they are superior to everyone else in their fields of endeavor. Of course, they have the freedom to do whatever they choose. They can't go wrong if you look at things from their perspective. As a result, they are not only free to act however they like, but they also have every incentive to do so. Whatever method they choose, when the narcissist feels like they've gotten something out of you, they'll think it's their right and even enjoy it. You can expect them to point the finger at you once again. Narcissists, on the other hand, aren't going to be stopped by anything you say or do if they're determined enough. Two things are wrong with the game. First, you are being too honest and polite, and second, the players are having a great time. As a result, there is no way to play fairly. When the narcissist's exaggerated sense of entitlement and ongoing need for confirmation of their superiority drive them to point out and emphasize other people's claimed inferiority, including yours, they must seize every opportunity to reaffirm this full sense of superiority. A person's sense of superiority is bolstered when they can enumerate how others are unworthy of their admiration or respect because of their lack of competence or intelligence. Those people continually point out how foolish or idiotic everyone else is. Well, you know who they are. In reality, the narcissist would be correct if they truly believed that they were superior, capable, intelligent, and deserving. They would not need to make others look bad to establish their superiority. In other words, when you can see what's going on for what it is, please step back and observe it from a clear, objective perspective. The joke is on them. But it's difficult when they're getting what they want and bringing up all of your unresolved sorrow and trauma. Since it's impossible to win against a narcissist's attempts to manipulate, fool, and lie to you without putting in the work, if anything is going to change, you have no choice but to do your part. Let us not forget that we're discussing your personal history here. So just how much more of your time and energy are you willing to give over to this kind of predatory vampire? To have a chance against someone who is entitled, empathic, conscienceless, or otherwise emotionally manipulative, you would need to be constantly alert, read ambiguous signals, gather a lot of irrelevant data, sort through conflicting messages, and be ready to act at a moment's notice. That would not prevent you from being deceived no matter how hard you tried. The time, effort, and resources you put into it will be in vain. Dancing with the devil all day wastes time and vital life force energy. A selfish, self-obsessed mentality is perfectly exemplified in the conventional definition of a narcissist. The narcissist's sense of entitlement is apparent in any scenario. Overt or covert narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, sufferers can't empathize with others because they lack empathy and conscience. As a result, they only care about themselves and can't put themselves in the shoes of anyone else, even a child. That doesn't make up for or even heal the damage they've done by thinking they have the right to abuse and use people wherever they want. It goes hand in hand with their exaggerated feeling of self-importance, which demands that their perfect image of superiority be maintained at all costs. No need to attempt it. When dealing with someone with a destructive narcissistic personality pattern, it's better to keep your cards close to your chest until you can escape the situation altogether. In most cases, it's not to your best advantage to tell a narcissist that you don't perceive them as superior and that you see yourself as inferior to them. Thoughts? Depending on the circumstances, you may or may not want to let them know you're keeping an eye on them. Do it if you can't be wounded or have nothing to lose and are looking for revenge against a narcissist. If not, keep your mouth shut, stay out of sight, and take care of your safety. If the narcissist treats you as if they own you and believe they are superior to you, you should assume that they view you as a resource to be exploited. In the end, the narcissist says all of this without you having to utter a word. Always remember that the narcissist truly believes they have the right to act the way they do, and that you must accept this belief without question. It is important to know that the narcissist may unconsciously regard you as an extension of themselves and hence someone they can manipulate. Somehow, they see you as a separate person, but they don't quite grasp the concept of allowing you the freedom to pursue your desires. On the other hand, the narcissist expects you to fulfill their desires at their whim, regardless of whether you ask for it. This destructive attitude and behavior will not go away anytime soon because of this exaggerated sense of entitlement. No matter how hard you try, it's unlikely that you'll impact the narcissist's behavior unless they're working with an excellent therapist. If you have children, you can only learn how to keep them safe from harm. In my opinion, the best move is to arm yourself with knowledge. When it comes to the real stuff, you need to work on yourself from the inside out to establish psychological boundaries that are strong and resilient, inner serenity, and real strength and confidence. This is the solution. Narcissistic abuse harms people in many ways, and I'm planning to make more videos to help you understand those effects and the steps you can take right now to begin healing from the abuse you've experienced. That way, you'll be able to start living your best life in complete serenity. That's all there is to say about today's video. As always, I hope this information was of some service to you. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, and have a wonderful